I'm really interested how this is going to turn out. So, first and foremost, for everyone that's watching this, welcome to Anime Talk, which Anime Talk is something I wanted to start up that was similar to my Hexcast when I was doing it solo, and very successfully actually doing the conversations on like domestic girlfriend. I wanted to recreate something like that, but I always want to do the Hexcast with two people, so I decided to start up Anime Bar Talk. Why not, right? So this is really just going to be kind of like a podcast. I'll take a sip of water. I don't care. Not worry about the whole editing process of chopping, cutting vids, or anything like that. This is just straightforward, straight up, just kind of us chilling, having conversations. Maybe have a couple notes written down, and I just go on tangents. There's not supposed to be any specific thing I'm trying to accomplish here. Well, as you guys can see, though, I don't know if you'll see it in this video first or one of the reviews for winter season, but new background. Anyone who wants to know what the background is, these are disc plates. These are collector posters. I mean, there's large, mediums, and there's extra large sizes, and these things are incredible. I mean, they're gonna outlive you. So it's like $90 for a large, unless you add like some accessories to it. XL can be $180, $200 alone. But you are taking these things with you to your grave. So as you see, Cowboy Bebop, we have Gintama on the left middle. Cowboy Bebop is the white one by the lava lamp, and then we have Snafu next to that, and Noragami next to that on the far left of Gintama. So I have a couple other ones that are really cool. They're Naruto reference, a My Hero reference, which you'll never see unless it's in like a vlog or something. And there's also a Goku reference. I don't know if you guys will ever see those ones though. I'm just kidding. You'll see two of them, but you won't see the My Hero one. So yeah, this is just kind of us chilling. You don't necessarily need to pay attention to the video if you don't want to. I mean, it's just a lot more eye appealing, so I guess I can understand why you would do that. But nonetheless, just listen to it in the background or wherever you want. I'm just going to openly talk. It's kind of like more like a talk show. It's a solo podcast in a sense, right? So, Anime Bar Talk, episode 1. And new year, obviously. New year, totally. It's 2021. Everyone's hoping things change just because of the new year, which I don't know whether it will and won't, but I mean, we can only hope. So, a bunch of new shows, new animes coming, right? ReZero Season 2, Part 2 is coming back. Redo Healer is also coming back, which I'm actually extremely interested in for the sole reason, like, it's actually done by T&K. So, the same people that did High School DxD did it, except this isn't supposed to necessarily be High School DxD. Like, it has a for sure plot in which it's trying to follow. Not saying that DxD doesn't have a plot. Like, we know what the Dragon Emperor is trying. Issa Hyoda is trying to accomplish now, our Lord and Savior. But this one like has like a set journey to where this guy was a healer and he found out all these things healers could do really late into the journey that would have made him like OP, right? Just stronger than everyone. Kind of like how Not to Summon a Demon Lord, kind of strong from what it's seen, what it's kind of passing off. And he ended up getting to redo his life as a healer, and now he's using everything he knew that he couldn't use the first time around, the second time. And so you kind of get a dual perspective, I guess, in a sense, which could be really good for a back and forth, honestly. So I'm excited to see that. I think I'm going to review it for sure. T&K, if it's really good, it's just going to make me more pissed off that DxD is not being done by T&K anymore. But it's partially they're doing. It's partially T&K's doing. I mean, they went off script, man, even though I did like the second half of Season 3. I mean, I just did. I thought it did a lot for some of the characters like Akano and Konako. But, yeah, Redo Healer, and of course ReZero Season 2 Part 2, which I need to rewatch just for the sake of getting all the nooks and crannies, because that was a hard Season 2 to actually kind of keep up with in terms of like chronological order, because, I mean, there are so many redos that Subaru was going through in that first one. So yeah, it's kind of difficult in a way, but I'm going to get on that for sure. I have like 4 days. I'm probably not going to get it all done. But that's besides the point. I love it. It's my number 1 anime of all time, baby. I said it, and I know what I said. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. But we also have shows from last year, which Crunchyroll's doing their anime of the year votes. Like, was it Jujutsu Kaisen? No Kaisen. That may take anime of the year. I didn't see it, but I know just from the small clips I've seen. Like, holy crap, that art is very unique. Actually, like that aura their magic or powers present on their bodies. It's actually pretty damn unique. It's looking at my mic, I need to turn up the gain on this. I had to turn it down for the podcast though. It's perfectly set for the podcast. I know it's loud, but it's like I'm a television major, getting off topic really quick. TV, radio, and digital media and marketing major. Like that's like I'm not measuring any of those things like individually. Like it's literally all underneath the banner of my degree. So it's really diverse. And I graduate this time next year with that. So I'll have an associate's in arts, and I'll have a associate's in arts, and I will also, of course, have a bachelor's in what I just said, radio, TV, new media. And in radio, like you can have something that sounds loud and or good volume, but like you really should be filling up around 3/4 of your audio bar as you record. Like for people who don't understand, like whenever you're recording something, like if you talk, you'll see the wave of your voice, and then you'll see that red bar that's just kind of like ongoing. Yeah, you want to fill that at least like 3/4 of the way, 70% of the way. That's where you want your wavelengths to touch. You don't want them to be touching outside the bars. You don't want them to be too small within the bars, which mine aren't like horribly small, but they're small for sure. They kind of fill that rectangle shape, probably like 40% of the way, not even 50%, maybe. Probably like 40% of the way, which I should have it kind of like leaving just enough room on the edges, probably like a centimeter of room on the top of the red meter bar and the bottom of the red meter recording bar in your audio settings, or just GarageBand, whatever it is, But the tool that you use for narration should always kind of be like a centimeter or two from the top. Your wavelength should be from hitting it, and it should be vice versa on the bottom that way. So about 75% of the way full. So I'm done rambling. That's probably really confusing. Those last like 40 seconds were rough. Real rough, man. real freaking rough. Now right there, that's some good recording right there. But we're bringing the tone back. So other than me rambling, though, I'm now trying to figure out what I was even talking about. What was I talking about? I'm trying to get back on topic here. At the same time, I think ReZero should win Anime of the Year. But I can only say that because I didn't see the other one, which just from the clips I've seen and what I've heard the storyline's like, and how there's a really cool female character that's independent and like a heroine in distress, and how the cast gets along, and the cast of characters' personalities. I heard they're really freaking cool. That's just straight up what I heard. I heard they're really, holy shit, now my volume bar is like filling up 5% of it. Turn it back up. Turn the volume back up. But that's Kaizen could win it. I could see why. Without watching, I can kind of like get a whiff of what's going on there. It smells good, okay? The show smells good. But no, I didn't watch a lot of shows this past year. Obviously, didn't do a lot of that. Getting in the swing of things again. I even actually have technically a. Yeah. I have another script and project done, and it's about Cuba. Whether this comes out before that project does or not, I don't know, because I want to release that today. It's going to be good. I think you guys will really, 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 really like what's going to happen with that. I really do. I think you guys are genuinely going to like what's going to happen with that. It's a good ass thumbnail too. My thumbnail artist did a great job, terrific job, fantastic job. My editor did a good job in this one as well. This one shouldn't be blocked in a lot of places either. It's getting hard to upload. It's getting really hard to upload some videos. Like Patreon is huge. Like I really need to get my Patreon up to $200 so I can like easily do 3 projects a month, like professional ones, and then kind of like filter in, I don't know, 3 days out of the week of review content or something of the sort. Like, that'd be really freaking rad, dude. Like, in all seriousness, that'd be so freaking cool to do. School's coming. I hate it. It pisses me off because it's just a massive, what a massive distraction to what I'm trying to do here. I mean, huge distraction. Actually, I have a text message I got to reply to even. I gotta tell him I'm making a video. I'm making a video. So, looking at some other shit. What else did I watch this year? Rented Girlfriend was something I watched this year. I watched another show this summer though. It was Rented Girlfriend, ReZero, and Got a High School. Rented Girlfriend was. I thought Rented Girlfriend was really wholesome. I thought it's kind of odd, the whole Rented Girlfriend concept. But then like you find out like it's really kind of a system to help guys, shy dudes or whatever, get comfortable and like gain dating experience so they can kind of present themselves to someone they truly care about, right? Which is cool. I mean, dating advice, whatever, dating class, but it wasn't, it's just like a business that they do, and they do that in Japan. It's a culture thing. It's just a Japanese culture thing, and it's interesting because I thought it was gonna be a lot worse than what it was, and I thought it was like really freaking good, actually, like really freaking good. And it's because like Chizuru and or Mizuharu, or Mizuhara, is it Mizuharu or Mizuhara? She's a terrific character. Like she's a tsundere, but she's a realistic one, and like maybe the only realistic one I've seen in anime, because she's a character that like gets mad over logical things. She gets mad easy, but she gets mad easy over the right things, right? Like things that like maybe someone is annoying, like it's annoying at first, but no, she like kind of goes 0 to 100 really quickly, but only over logical things. She's actually not even a tsundere a lot of other times on screen. That's cool. Like that's that's more realistic. So looking at other things though, like such as the cast of characters, and Kazuya is someone who's pitiful, right? He's just what a pitiful dude. What a pitiful character. Like straight up. What a pitiful freaking character. But he's realistic to how us guys were, especially in high school. Like maybe he's more of a high school reference than he is a college reference, but there are still people out there like that. And some of the things, it still hits the nails on the head. Like even masculine dudes that aren't necessarily come off as shy, like maybe they are shy deep down. Maybe they are watching the sentences in which they're saying, rather than just kind of like being straightforward. So I mean, like, there's a lot of interesting things to go in with that. So I think it's realistic. It's understandable, even if it's not necessarily relatable to who you are today. It's understandable. Like you get like yeah, I've experienced that before. And the romantic, like the characters definitely you root to romanticize. Like there's viable options. Like let's look at Mommy. Mommy is a terrific villain and like antagonist character. Like she's evil, right? Like she's crazy. And it's just kind of like the dark side of romance. And like there are some people that are out there kind of like that. And she's possessive, and the side character. I like how they use side characters to kind of like break the cliche barriers too. Like you had a side character, Kiabe, I think it was Kiabe, right? That was Kazuya's friend at the beach, and he's just kind of like, Kazuya, you have a beautiful girl that's awesome, and she's here for you, and she's cool in every way, not just physically but mentally. And you're throwing that away. Like you're just like, dude, like you're hung up on your ex that dumps you for one. Like she dumps you, remember that, right? Like you're gonna like there's no way you don't understand what you got in front of you. Like even if you care about her still, like what the hell? And but then he's like, Mommy, you though too. Like I'm calling you both out in front of and he does this in front of everyone. He has no hells. And he gives no shits. And he's just like, and you dumped him. You dumped him. Like, so, like, no, you don't have the right to do this. Don't be possessive of over what you gave away. And it's just kind of like, cool, like, yeah, like, this happens in real life, 100%. So, it's just cool to see on screen. It's just straight up cool to see, and it's refreshing. Now, you know what? Does this room have, hello? I think I still need to put some more acoustic pads on the walls. Yeah, this side has none. This side has quite a few though. And this side, I don't know. It's just not gonna get any on there. But like, I definitely need to put some more on this wall in front of me. I also need to put some, maybe on the ceiling. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. But other than that, just going back to on topic here. So like I said, this is unedited. This is just straightforward genuineness. But I mean, there's cool characters. Like even I mean, I remember the scene where she's like Mizuharu is trying to stick her neck out for Kazuya. Like, don't you like get it? Like he cares about you, and it makes sense. Like Kazuya's never straight up come out and said he likes Mizuharu. So like, I mean, it makes sense why she thinks that, even though he cares about her more than mommy now. Like yeah. I mean, and people do hold on to things you say. Like he mentioned to Mizuharu about how like it'd be like whenever she asked him if he still liked her, like he's like, wouldn't it be like kind of like scummy? Just like if you really like someone, like you like them, like you don't just drop them in a matter of a week or two, emotionally. You genuinely like that person. And I thought that was cool. I thought, and it's just like, yeah, like for sure, like if you're really, really into someone, yeah. And that's resonating with her. So since Kazu doesn't reject the fact that he even cares about her anymore, like since he like doesn't, like he cares about her in a way that's more than a friend, but he doesn't. It's not. I don't want to date you anymore, kind of thing. It doesn't have that magical touch to it in a sense, but and it makes sense because he's never tried to defer that. He's never tried to say, yeah, I don't care for her anymore. So yeah, it makes sense Mizuharu is holding on to those old words. And you see Mizuharu at the end of season 1 was even just kind of like that idiot, like, I mean, she's like, you have me on the ropes, like my heart's thumping, like I like you, whether she's unconscious about it or subconscious about it or even conscious about it, who knows. I'm gonna go the unconscious. I'm gonna play it be as subconscious as possible part though. But another great thing I think scene that really makes this show is what it is even later in the season to where he's just like his friend, the really nerdy friend that was with Rui or Rook. I don't know what her name was. I can't remember. Holy shoot, the blue-haired girl though. Contestant number 2. So the other rented girlfriend, but or real one as she self-proclaims. So well, not anymore. She got humbled, and like it really, Kaza felt that too, and I think the audience did too. I think it made her character better and less annoying. I think she's kind of cool now. But about the whole "I'm gonna make you fall for me" thing, and not, I'm gonna make you not help, but want to be my boyfriend kind of thing. That was cool. Cool kind of concept. I like how they played with it. Now moving into the discussion of holy shoot, I lost where I was once again. But moving into the whole like concept of another scene I really liked. I really enjoyed the scene to where the nerdy friend goes on a date with Mizuhara. And it really kind of shows Chizuru just how damn humble and nice and just good-hearted person Kazuya is. And she really felt that. And the next thing you know, he's like, I'm throwing myself under the bus. I'm fine with that. I want him to know. I want him to know that I know he knows that it's just a rented girlfriend. I'm not some stud. I'm comfortable with that. Like for the sake of making him feel better, even though like I didn't do anything wrong with his rented girlfriend or exposing him. I'm just gonna do it so he can get over this hurdle. I'm going to help him because he needs assistance. And she felt that. And then the whole like quote of, guys are such idiots. He's like, well, like we're talking about renting girlfriends here. I mean, we pay X amount of money for X amount of hours and X amount of time to do X amount of things. And when it comes to girls like you that are just so kind-hearted, so genuine and straight up pretty, right? You're pretty, you're amazing physically and you're amazing mentally. That we just instantly fall head over heels for you without really even knowing you, right? And that's kind of what he's saying. Slightly paraphrasing here. And he's like, we're idiots. Guys are so stupid. We do this for X amount of time, X amount of minutes. And when it comes to people like you, we fall head over heels. Like, I mean, we get it, but we just can't help it. And, that seems cool because it humbles probably. I mean, a lot of dudes feel that way. Like, shoot. So, some people call that one dude, oh, that's the player. Look at that player. But then all of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere. What the hell? He used to be, sleeping around. He used to be doing this or that. But now he's so into this girl. I've never seen him treat anyone else like this. His history doesn't show him to be, treat girls this way because he's not a settled down type person. And it's just, in that quote just kind of showcases how, like, it can happen. Like, we can be idiots in an instant and fall head over heels for you, or we can just be idiots in general. I mean, so it just depends. It's, sometimes it just takes that right person, right? And so so it's cool. You can relate to it. You can understand it. It's cool. But as well, there's a bunch of things in that show. I love the musical soundtrack as well. I really do. I really like that. I also like. Shoot, what else do I like about that show? What else do I like? There's a lot to like, but I like the fact that it's getting a season 2, so that's nice. But also, I mean, moving into like something like God of High School. What did you guys think about God of High School? I don't know how long I want to stay on the God of High School train. I don't know how long I want to have that conversation. I liked what I saw. I really liked the whole fight scene where Mori and Hasegawa were fighting, and you see like his friend's dead or whatever, died in the hospital, and he couldn't get money, and the nanoparticles just didn't work. It was too late for him. But he left that letter. Foresight. He left that letter because he knew what what was going to happen with him and Mori. And I think his name is It's not Hasegawa, is it? No, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Why Jin's best friend, the other male protagonist, right? The other main cast member. You guys know what I'm talking about. But it's just in case I'm getting Hans. I'm talking about Hans, okay? But I love that scene where it's doing a flashback showing him fight, the letter, and Mira coming to show him the letter. And I love how all that was orchestrated. Like, God of High School had some really good scenes in it. But it was a little fast. And I think it's impressive that to note, like, those scenes were still badass despite how fast they were. They just weren't as badass as they could have been. Which I think to me personally, it demonstrates to me, like, just how good the content in question is. It just didn't have the maturity, it didn't have the longevity because it didn't kind of marinate within the story and take its time. So, I mean, I feel that. I feel that for sure, 100%. Is my light flickering? I think it's flickering before. It's staying on. Maybe if I just leave it off, it like recharges. Actually, I'm kidding. There's no way in hell. It's blinking. Hopefully it still looks cool. Leave a like and subscribe. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, I mean, hey, you're watching it. You might as well like it if you enjoy it, if you're to this point. And you might as well subscribe, right? Like, I'm doing stuff like this. This is who I am. You're getting me. I'm not in review mode right now. I'd be talking a little bit different. I'd be talking more like, hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode or a brand new review of so-and-so. And as always, I'd be more formal. I'd be more practical, right? I'd be more professional. No. I mean, I still like just having conversations in those videos, but I stay on topic at least most 95% of the time. But when I go off, like, for the 5%, it's done. Like, I'm done. It's over. It's just not going to happen or work. So, I mean, that's just how it goes. But also, if you look at the anime community, let's talk about. No, we're still talking about God of High School. But but I did think God of High School was really, really fast paced at times. But for what was there, I liked it a lot, man. Like, I felt like episode 7 or whatever, whenever the villains kind of started taking out the protagonist team. Didn't finish the series though, so I got to finish like the last 4 or 5 eps, just like I do on Attack on Titan season 3 part 2. But that's a story for another time. So yeah. So what do you guys think of the anime community today? Like, seriously, like, from a standpoint of how people within the anime community act. Like, I see some fools on Twitter to how, like, not saying I hate the anime community, but like to what kind of content people are making, to how a lot of creators don't really do merging content unless it's a podcast. Do you like what podcasts are you watching? What podcast do you like the most? So on and so forth. But also, how do you guys feel about where it's going business wise? Like, the whole Crunchyroll Funimation thing is nuts. I think it definitely eliminates competition. PlayStation, don't censor content. That just doesn't make sense. Don't do it. I don't know what you're gonna do, but everyone knows that you have a history of doing it, not taking shots at you. But don't do it. If you do it to the anime community, they will betray you. They will leave. They will avoid the subscriptions, and they will do everything they can to pirate seasonals. Like, you will instantly lose. Like, they're not playing with censorship. And if your fans don't mind censorship, then okay. Like, you don't need to be involved then, right? Like, they like it that's not censored. If they like that's not censored and uncensored content, just don't, not saying you're going to, but if you're thinking about it, no. Like, that's not your foot to step into. If your consumer likes a project a certain way, you don't just change it up. Like, you're growing. The community's getting bigger, vastly bigger. Because if you mess up, another company, startup company, will definitely take advantage of uncensored content, and they will grow rapidly. So rapidly, because these big YouTubers will sponsor them. They will be sponsored by them. They'll definitely root for them. So, please, from a business standpoint, don't do that to yourselves. That's just coming from someone that's into the, 27,000 subs may not be the biggest, but I've been doing this for a few years, at least 5. So, I mean, I'm deep roots within the community, I mean, I've been around just to listen. Bar talk. I've been around the bar to listen. Anime bar talk. So, yeah, I mean, so what do you guys think of? Other than that, what do you guys think of? Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh. But other than that, what do you guys think of, like, how the community's doing, moving forward, progressing? I mean, is it good? It's growing rapidly. I mean, there's so many more people getting involved into the community. I mean, especially in the last couple of years, right? So much more investments from, like, Netflix and stuff like that into anime projects, making movies for anime, theaters putting on anime shows, and so on and so forth. A lot, Sony getting so involved. I mean, shoot. They just bought Funimation and Crunchyroll. They control everything outside Japan pretty much. Basically, might as well. Pretty much, for the most part. 95%, right? That's all you need, and that's kind of a big chunk. But, yeah. So, is that, that may actually be everything I wanted to talk about. So, I mean, here's 26, 27-minute podcast. But, yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe for sure. I need to eat. I have not eaten today, and it's already 12:30 p.m., not a.m. But, yeah. If you guys enjoy this, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below. Check out my Patreon if you can. Support's huge. I'm humble enough to always ask for it because I want to put out better content and do that better quality content. Put it out more often for you guys. So, yeah, as always, guys, you guys have been Hex. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, phone, Twitter, Hex25. See you guys next time. Peace.